All right. If you're starting from square one with $0 and maybe zero knowledge about investing, this is the guide I wish someone had handed me when I began. We are going to break it all down, step by step, and show you exactly how you can build life-changing wealth, starting with literally nothing but a simple, straightforward plan.
You know, the choices you make with your money today, even the small ones, they're not just for today. They're setting you on one of two very, very different paths. The gap between where those paths end up is, frankly, staggering. But the bridge from one to the other, it's way simpler than you probably think.
I mean, just look at this. The difference is just wild. The Federal Reserve tells us that the typical American household retires with about $87,000. That sounds like a chunk of money, but what does it really get you? A few years of expenses? Maybe 5 if you're really careful? But then you have the informed investor. Someone who follows a simple plan, not a complicated one, who can easily cross that $1 million mark. And get this isn't about having a huge salary, it's about having a better strategy. And that is the absolute core of it all. It's not about being a Wall Street genius or getting some lucky stock tip. The journey to that 7-figure retirement, it all starts with one simple but incredibly powerful decision. The decision to just get in the game, to actually start.
So before we jump into the what to buy or how to do it, we have to understand the why. Because there are these two invisible forces working on your money 24/7. One of them is constantly trying to destroy its value, and the other one, well, the other one is ready to build it into a fortune. Let's talk about the bad guy first, inflation. It really is a silent thief. Even when inflation is low, say 2%, the cash you got saved up is slowly but surely losing its ability to buy stuff. The number of dollars in your account stays the same, but what they're actually worth is constantly leaking away, day after day. Let's make this really concrete. Imagine you've worked hard and saved up $50,000. You stash it away. 30 years from now, that 50 grand will only buy what about $27,000 buys today. You lose nearly half your wealth without spending a single cent. That right there is why just saving money isn't enough to get ahead.
But here's the hero of our story: compound growth. This is the magic. This is the secret sauce of investing. It's your money going out and making more money. And then that new money starts making its own money. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and bigger and faster and faster. It's an exponential force that works entirely for you.
And you can really see this when you look at the numbers. Let's say you put away $500 a month for 30 years. In a high-yield savings account, maybe you get 4%. You end up with a very respectable $346,000. Not bad, but that same $500 a month in a stock portfolio earning the historical average of 10%, you're looking at over $1.1 million. That's the same money over the same amount of time with a result that's more than 3 times bigger. That is the power of compounding.
Okay, so we're sold. We know why we have to invest. Now, the what. What are the actual tools we need to use?
Well, the great news is this part is incredibly simple. You don't need to be an expert. The single best tool for any beginner, hands down, is the index fund. Seriously, forget trying to pick the next Tesla or Amazon. It's a gamble. With one single purchase of, say, an S&P 500 index fund, you instantly own a tiny piece of the 500 biggest companies in America. Your success isn't tied to one company, it's tied to the growth of the entire US economy. You're not betting on a horse, you're betting on the whole race. But, and this is a huge but, not all funds are the same. You have to watch out for fees. A 1% fee sounds tiny, right? It's just 1 penny on the dollar. But that seemingly small fee is like a parasite on your portfolio, and it has a massive impact over time. It can be the difference between retiring with $900,000 and $1.1 million.
So let's just put a number on that difference. That little 1% fee could cost you $200,000 over your lifetime. That's not a small number. That's a down payment on a house. That's a college education for your kid. That's years of freedom in retirement. Paying attention to fees is one of the easiest wins you can get in investing.
So what should you be looking for? Here are some gold standard super low cost examples. Funds like VOO or IVV track the S&P 500 for a ridiculously low fee of 0.03%. VTI gives you the entire U.S. stock market for the same price. And if you want to diversify outside the U.S., VXUS is a great option. Look, the point isn't to get paralyzed trying to pick the perfect one. The point is to see how low these fees can be. Just pick one and get started.
Okay, we've got the why, to beat inflation and build wealth. We've got the what, simple, low-cost index funds. Now for the most important piece of the puzzle, the how. This is the actual game plan that turns all this knowledge into real money.
First things first, you need the right kind of piggy bank, the right account. For most people just starting out, a Roth IRA is an absolute game changer. The difference is really simple. With a traditional IRA, you get a tax break today. With a Roth IRA, you pay your taxes today, but then all of your withdrawals in retirement, including decades of growth, are 100% tax-free. I mean, that is a massive, massive advantage.
And here is the exact order of operations. Step 1. If your job offers a 401k match, you contribute just enough to get the full match. It is literally free money, an instant 100% return. Step 2, build up an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. After that, step 3, max out that Roth IRA for all that beautiful tax-free growth. Step 4, if you're eligible, is maxing out a health savings account or HSA. Then you go back to your 401k and put more in. This isn't just a list, it's a priority checklist to make sure every dollar you save is working as hard as it possibly can for you.
Now, we can have the perfect plan, the perfect funds, the perfect accounts, but none of it, and I mean none of it, matters if we can't master the single biggest obstacle to building wealth, and that obstacle is our own emotions. It's all in our head.
This right here is probably the most important rule in all of investing. People are always trying to wait for the perfect time, for the market to dip. But the data is crystal clear. Trying to time the market is a losing game. You're much more likely to miss out on the good days, and the market goes up way more often than it goes down. The best time to invest was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now.
And history just proves this over and over again. Think about every scary crash in recent memory. The dot-com bubble bursting, the 2008 financial crisis, the COVID crash in 2020. Every single one felt like the end of the world at the time. And every single time, the market recovered and went on to new all-time highs. Downturns are scary, yes, but they're also temporary. Patience is everything. The people who panic and sell at the bottom are the ones who lose. The ones who just stay the course are the ones who get rewarded.
So let's just boil this all down. These are the biggest mistakes to avoid. Number 1, waiting for the perfect time. It doesn't exist. 2, trying to be a stock picking genius. 3, checking your portfolio every single day. It'll just drive you crazy. 4, and this is a big one, panic selling when the market drops. And 5, paying high fees that eat away at your returns. If you can just avoid these 5 traps, you are already ahead of 90% of everyone else out there.
So when it all comes down to it, it's about this. You have the knowledge now. You have the simple, proven roadmap. But there's this gap, a gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it. And that gap is where most financial dreams go to die. So the only real question left is, are you ready to take that first step? Are you ready to close that gap? Because your future self is really, really counting on it.